wish boys would think. Like, just think for a second. I snapped him a picture like this. And you could clearly see the makeup streaks from me crying, but I had no tears under my eyes. And he was like, why were you crying? And I was like, when? And he was like, your makeup has tears down it. And I was like, oh, it's probably because I was laying down and my eyes were watering. And he was like, oh, okay. Bitch, what? The tear marks would be going this way. Not down my face. Read between the lines, please.
Read between the lines, please. Or you could just be honest. I'll never understand why modern women today want guys to be mind readers. You should have told her the truth when he cared enough to ask, crazy lady. Hopefully the young scholar saw this video that she created, raised the red flag, and ran for the hills.
When was the last time somebody asked you out?
Like 6 months ago.
Like 2 weeks ago?
A few days ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 months ago?
Not too long ago.
Ooh, I don't know, honestly, the last time I was asked out.
I'd have to take that as a big fat never.
It's been a minute, can't recall.
Oh, it's been much longer. It would be nice if the other side took it instead of 2 months.
Meanwhile...
Hey, how do you feel about interracial?
White women, if they date a black man, dead wrong. But if a black woman find her a rich white man, right on, sister. Black power.
I love interracial couples. That's why I'm here.
Hey, what do you think about interracial relationships?
I personally think they're great. Like, I'm personally in one. Like, I recommend. Like.
Hey, what do you think about interracial relationships?
I think that black men should be with black women. I don't see why you wouldn't want to be.
Hey, what do you think about interracial relationships?
It's okay for like a black girl to mess with a white guy, but not the same thing for a black guy to mess with a white girl. When black girls do it because they genuinely like them, and I feel like when black boys do it, it's just because they're comparing them to black people.
When black girls mess with white guys, it's because like, oh, they like a nice guy, this and this. But whenever it's a white girl, oh, I like snow bunny, like exactly. It's a fetish.
They be like, I like white girls because black girls can't do this.
But when black girls like white boys, it's genuine.
That part.
Hey, what do you think about interracial relationships?
I don't have a problem with them. I think it becomes an issue when you're like, I need mixed babies, and it's just weird.
Hey, black men, how you doing?
Hey, what up?
I just want you to know that I love you.
Oh.
I just want you to know that I appreciate you.
Nice.
I just want you to know how much you're worth, and everything that you do is appreciated. And if it's not said to you, just remember that Booty Bree appreciates everything that you do, and that you are worth it, and that you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Thank you.
I love you, black men.
Oh. I just feel so inspired after listening to something like that. I wonder what Dr. Umar has to say about this.
It's more dangerous. Umar Johnson.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
All right, babe. I'm about to go ahead and head up.
All right, baby. Let me know when you get there. Drive safe. All right. I love you.
I love you too, sis, Mom.
All right.
Yeah, but I'll see you tomorrow.
Huh?
I'll see you tomorrow.
What you mean tomorrow?
What?
What you mean?
I'm saying I'll see you tomorrow.
Why tomorrow? I thought you was going down the street.
I'm saying I was gonna hang out with the guys, so I don't know what time I'm gonna be back. So that's why I said I'll be back.
So
tomorrow.
where y'all going?
I mean, we was gonna go out. You know what I'm saying? You know the games come on tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so why do we have to be tomorrow?
Because I'm about to be out. I'm about to be out with them. I don't know if I'm gonna get too lit to where I can't drive or whatever the case is. So that's why I said I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
I can pick you up. You want me to drop you off? I got you. I'll drop you off, and I can pick you up when you're ready.
But I don't really think that's necessary.
No,
I can drive.
What you mean tomorrow? What do you need to spend the night with my house for?
I'm just saying I might get a little bit too lit from watching the games,
yeah,
drinking with the boys.
I don't mind picking you up. That's not a problem. What's the problem with picking you up?
Babe, I feel like you're taking it a little bit too deep to where you gotta
too
be.
Deep?
I'm just saying
You're
I'll see you tomorrow.
You never discussed like spending the night over somebody's house. Like you too grown for that.
What you mean too grown? I ain't never.
You got your own house, your own bed. Like, I don't get it. I want you to come back home tonight, okay? So don't get too drunk then.
You want me to come back home tonight?
Please, so we can cuddle. Like we always do. I'm not playing. Stop playing with me.
How much money is in your guys' bank account?
I got like
12. Like 70K? Yeah.
70K? What you mean 70K?
What do you mean? My dad gave it to me.
You made me pay for all this shit, and you got 70K.
You're my boyfriend. Why wouldn't you pay for my things?
Well, I mean, if you got 70K, I mean, you should be paying for.
Yeah, but usually guys supposed to pay for things.
This is a serious problem. Like, I'm not even kidding. I paid for.
What are
dinner.
you getting mad at me for?
That was $400.
You're supposed to pay for my shit.
You got 70K.
You're my boyfriend. You're supposed to pay for my shit.
Yo, this is actually.
It's not my fault you're broke. How is that my fault? What do you mean we're done? If you're gonna fucking scream at me, then leave.
So to answer this question, who's in the wrong? They're both actually in the wrong. He's wrong because he's taking 1/3, $400 of his $1,200 remaining dollars to take her out on a date. He's the nice guy that wants to do anything for love to appease his significant other. Media today has conditioned young men to think that that is virtuous. No, it's stupid. $400 to impress the chick whose turn it is. Meanwhile, you're Mr. Scrooge when it comes to investing into your own skill set. However, she is more wrong and more repulsive. It's not just about that you had that 70K in the bank, ma'am. It's how you treated that man after he found out the news. Calling him broke, emasculating him in public is simply wrong. But shout out to this young brother for at least walking away from the situation. At least he left with his pride.
Babe, I gotta tell you something. Just please don't be mad, okay?
No, talk to me, shorty. What's up? Talk to me.
I used to be a Christian.
Christian? I thought you was gonna say something serious.
You not mad?
Nah, I'm not mad.
Okay, good, because honestly, I'm so much happier being a Christina.
What? What'd you say?
Emotional damage. You want some therapy? Dad, can I tell you something?
Yes, of course, sweetheart.
I'm dating someone.
What's his name?
Her name is Sarah. I'm straight.
Okay.
What did you just say?
No, let's not. Let's
Carol,
just come.
what did you just say?
I'm
He
straight.
said he's straight. So let's just all breathe through this.
No son of mine
Okay.
will be straight.
Here's the thing. When you're young, you experiment.
You don't.
And
Yeah,
there's
this is a
things that
phase.
I love you no matter. Honey.
No, I'm not doing this.
Okay. What do you think of Celine Dion? Are you just done with her?
I don't know.
He doesn't know about Celine Dion anymore. This is tough.
You know, maybe you're just not a bottom.
Yeah, sweetheart. You should just try one time being a top. Tonight, we will all sit on the couch. We'll watch. What should we watch? We'll watch,
Hairspray.
Hairspray. We can, as a family, just scroll through Grindr.
He's our son. He's not my son.
He just needs some time.
Were you guys able to figure out the problem with the car?
Yeah.
What was it?
Nothing.
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Can you please tell me what was wrong with my car?
If you don't know what's wrong with your car, we're not gonna tell you. Now leave us alone.
Women.
Dad, if I need a light bulb for the fridge, is that like just like a regular light bulb? Dad, can I just throw recyclables in like the black bags? Dad, if I want to use the wet jet on my wood floor, do I have to buy the wet jet for wood, or could I just use like anything?
Some good questions.
Dad, did I look fat at the house yesterday?
You should know you should never ask a father a question that you really don't want to know the answer to.
Dad, if I need wood for a fireplace, could I just use like any wood, or like does it have to be like specific wood?
I actually like videos like this because it demonstrates the need and as well as the importance of men and fathers within our society today. Go gender roles. I think both men and women who so men and women both who are dope about their purpose, getting their, you know, their objectives filled, right, make good money. Mm-hmm. It's often hard to convince them why things would change. Oftentimes what you find with a woman is, number one, it's their biological clock. Because they look at their clock and then they also look at the list of things that they require out of a man, and the older that they get, the less check marks are on that list. Mm-hmm. You know, so, but it's very hard to convince someone who's kind of set in their ways that there's things that either they need to change about themselves in order to get closer to a person that can, that they can be in a relationship with. But honestly, like a dude who, and this is what makes it so hard for y'all, because like the top quartile of dudes that are pre-selected, right? Those are the ones that y'all want, but they have the pick of the litter. So oftentimes you might be in competition with the next one.
No, that's not a problem. I don't think that
But you don't know about the competition. Like he just has a roster. That's the competition.
Yeah, I know that.
But you have a slot. Like he has a first round draft pick. He has a second round. Like he's got a B team. He's got a C team potentially.
Yeah.
Right. If he's high on that totem pole, there's a lot of dudes that are trying to get on that totem pole, but they got to focus on their purpose before they can get up there.
Well, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. I think it's fine. I don't feel the need to convince anyone to be in my life in that way. I feel that.
Well, can we stay there for a second?
Wait, hold on, because I understand that, like, I have to show you in a way, but you should just kind of know.
I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Why do you think a man should know what's the benefit of having a woman in his life?
Not
outside of sex.
Well, I'm not saying they should know, but
You just said that.
Yeah, that's not what I meant though. I mean that I'm okay, hold on. I'm not like super confident about myself or things that I do, whatever. But what I do know is that I bring something, and I'm learning what that something is as I get older. That's what I actually bring to the table. But either you're gonna see it or you're not gonna see it. So if the guy doesn't see that in me, I'm not going out of my way to continuously make sure that you see it. Either you see it or you don't see it.
See what?
That I bring a benefit to your life. Like, it's just that simple.
So there's an assumption, and I think here's where wires get crossed, is that there's an assumption that there's a benefit. So like a dude who's not looking for a relationship will still date, and they can still have utmost swag, and you can be attracted to them. But that convincing that, outside of you being attractive or, the ability to have sex with you, I'm trying to put my finger on what else does a woman provide a man. And why is it? Because it's an assumption that you guys provide us things. It's an assumption that we need something from you. And I think the difficulty in describing what those things are is a symptom of why you have so many dudes that are like,
well, there's an assumption that we need you too, like that women need men. But if you think about it, it's the same thing though. If like basically all you can bring to me is sex, then it's the same way. That's all I bring to you.
So, but the number one thing, we talked about this in the last video, that you guys want is to start a family. You want to, you want to make your grandmother happy, who's been asking for great grandchildren, right? Like, and you need a man in order to do that. Your biological clock is ticking, right? And we can have kids up until, our stuff stops working, right? And then they have Viagra to make it to make it go even further. So either way, you're good. Okay. So either way, we're good. So when you break it down to the benefit, right? Like the benefit.
You'll
like
just feel it. You'll know.
Like a G who's walking around has a team that's 10 members deep. What are the things to convince him to stop doing that?
You know what's crazy? Even men who have a team, I can guarantee that all of those females are probably doing the same exact thing.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's still not making a difference. So that's why I'm not going out of my way to do things that I feel you would value. And also, nowadays women, unfortunately, women do way more now for
attention.
No, for a man that's not even there. It's like without any commitment. So why would I expect a man who has a whole team of women who are doing things that I feel should only be done in a relationship are already doing it? Like, that's why I don't go out my way to convince men anymore. It's a waste of time.
So again, I'm spiritual, so I make sure that I pray over my husband, throw some sage around, make sure they're like positive.
Sage?
Yeah.
What is that?
Sage, it's like a burnt, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
He used to burn sage.
Oh, like incense.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, just making positive, like, you know, because I do believe like spirits are real. I believe like you have a good spirit over here. I think it's just more than physical. You know what I mean? It's like spiritual. So I burn sage around and make sure that he has good energies. So did you say 3?
I mean, whatever name. It doesn't have to be 3. It could be whatever you feel like that. Because I like in my path, I'm trying to understand and identify unicorn. So I feel like as a married woman, you can tease out kind of one of those things to make that matrimony and going into the future makes sense.
Make sure you have goals as a unicorn. You have to uphold your goals as a woman, but don't let your husband's goal, like your husband's life, overpower you. You have to have your own goals. You have to have your own dreams and aspirations. So
do those goals, dreams, and aspirations help enhance him?
Yes, it does, because you are bettering yourself, and you want to become this better woman for yourself, but also for him. So you have to have goals and aspirations, and you always have to.
I'll make sure recording's on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then.
So other ways to. So I heard sage. I heard
positive energy. You have to.
Make your goals in line with his goals, but it sounds like you still don't. You need to have your own goals that are separate.
Yes.
Okay, and then I just heard positive energy.
And then love, like. You have to know his love languages. You have to know her love languages, and like.
Let me ask you a real question real quick. Are the 4 things that you named, is that worth the risk of divorce?
Now the risk of divorce is if that person gives up. If one of you guys give up, that's how divorce happens. Like if one of you are just like, fuck it, like I'm not even gonna try anymore, or, you know, so you can go in a marriage with your best intentions.
But are those 4 things worth the risk of, damn, now the 5 years of me, let's say the marriage was 5 years, the 5 years of me building up enough wealth to retire early, or you know, whatever with my finances, and then now that's split in half with
but
someone
you learn
who may
something.
not have made as much money.
You'll never learn if you don't know. Like
that's a big learning, to get married and get half your income taken. That's a learning.
But
that's
the
a
thing
risk.
is, coming from my life, we both didn't have anything.
Okay.
We came in on the same accord. We came in on the same page, and now we're both growing. So that's where empire starts. Like we had little to anything, but we are growing our empire. And you know, sometimes things don't happen the way that you thought your fairy tale life it was going to happen, but shit happens, and you can't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think. Here's the way that I think about it. Let me pressure test this out in the open and see how you feel about it. I feel like, right, a dude should, number one, always focus on building up his kingdom first, and then look for a unicorn to allow in once that kingdom is solidified.
And I like the way you think, but however, your girl, that's not my story. Like.
Okay. So, Okay, but you agree.
I agree.
Do you think 100%. It's the same
100%.
thing from a woman's perspective? Do you think that
I think the guy has to have something to offer.
Do you think the woman has to have something though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely. I mean, in my stance, we were just coming out of college. We were HBCU lovers. Like we really connected in that level, and we wanted to grow that empire. Now, individually, we should have probably thought about that. And you got to think about things. You do. You can't just rush into situations. But he found his unicorn too early.
And he focused on making the relationship into a marriage. You focus on making a relationship into a marriage. You started from nothing.
Yes.
But you guys are building together.
Right. Still developing our own individual selves.
I got friends who are in the mid-20s and they're talking about this marriage thing, and I feel like it's so early.
It is. It's extremely early.
Especially for the dude has not built up his kingdom.
Oh my God.
Because here's one of my
sure.
arguments. The better kingdom that I build up, the better access to y'all that I have.
Yes.
I have more options of y'all.
Yes.
You know, and better options.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
then I'm 22 years old, you know, making $35,000 a year straight out of college. And I'm barely, right, like, it's,
but I mean,
it's cup of noodles some nights, you know what I mean? As opposed to, I'm well into my life, I'm killing it, I get wide
how
respect.
would you know, yes, but how would you know if that woman is really there for you?